25 MLB baseball players with your host, Mr. Rock. Hope everyone's doing wonderful out there in the wonderful world of YouTube. Just need a couple minutes before we start. Got a little itch right there. So, but I do hope everyone's doing well. But yeah, once I know that we're completely live, then we'll start. It looks like we are. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna start the list. Top 25 MLB players. Number 25, Hiriku. Sorry about this if I literally screw up the person's name. It's Japanese. Hideki Matsui. Hideki Matsui. New York Yankees legend in a way. I'm not really good with names, so if some names I butcher, well, it's not my fault. I just haven't um, literally like been good with names for like a long time. But yeah, Hideki Matsui, New York Yankees legend. Um, you know, and the reason why he's kind of like lost on the list because I sort of like forgot about him. I actually had to look him up. So I literally said, "Oh crap, who was that player again?" So yeah. Overall, you know, he always got the job done with Derek Jeter back in the day. You know, he played many years with the New York Yankees. I don't know what other teams he played for. I just know about the Yankees because I'm a Yankees fan. So there's going to be a lot of New York Yankees on this list. But yeah, Hideki Matsui, number 25. Number 24, Alex Rios. Alex Rios, Toronto Blue Jays legend, in my opinion, should be a legend. You know, when I first started watching baseball as a Blue Jays fan, um, that was probably about 92, 93. I've been a New York Yankees fan since 1994, so 30 years with the New York Yankees. But before that, I was a Toronto Blue Jays fan, so and I still literally pay attention to the Blue Jays here and there. And Alex Rios is definitely one of those players that I pay attention to quite a bit. You know, great freaking hitter. Overall, just amazing player. So that. Number 23, Manny Ramirez. Boston Red Sox legend, in my opinion. I wasn't a big Boston Red Sox fan, but I do appreciate them because they really brought the best out of the New York Yankees. You know, they really did. And yeah, don't get me wrong, 20 years ago, Boston literally beat New York to win the World Series for the first time in like, what, 100 and plus years? But at the end of the day, the rivalry was so good as a kid, you know, New York, Boston, you know. And Manny Ramirez was just one of those guys that was always there to get the job done, you know. And it just felt great. Um, so yeah. Number 22, Jim Thome. Philadelphia Phillies legend Jim Thome. Powerful hitter. If you literally watched yesterday's stream with me literally playing as the home run derby, he's the guy that actually won, beating Sean Green. But yeah, Jim Thome, I literally appreciate. All because of MLB 2004 is why I literally appreciate him. Because he was always the guy that I could go to and just get those home runs quick, you know. And yeah, Jim Thome, number 22. Number 21, Vladimir Guerrero. Oh, what can you say about the lad that hasn't been said? Montreal Expos legend, in my opinion. A team that doesn't even exist anymore is Montreal Expos. And yeah, and his son is phenomenally well as well. Congrats to that. You know, Toronto Blue Jays he plays for. But when he was playing for the Montreal Expos back in the day, it was magic. You know, it was like, wow, this guy can really freaking hit the ball freaking far. And yeah. Hello, Dan. Hope all is well. Just doing the top 25 list of MLB players. So, yeah. We're on, I think, 21. Yeah, 21. So, with that, Vladimir Guerrero. Um, like I was saying, like he did a phenomenal job raising the son, who is also a freaking powerful hitter. You know, plays for Toronto Blue Jays. So, yeah. Number 20, Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza, New York Mets legend. Mike Piazza. You know, where I really started learning about Mike Piazza is from like watching the Rocks freaking movie. Like I remember literally like watching the People's Champ and Mike Piazza literally shows up and he's literally trading clothes with The Rock and he's literally being so goddamn cool. And I thought that was really cool. And that's why I liked about the guy. At first, like that was my first introduction to like Mike Piazza. I didn't really watch a lot of New York Mets games, to be honest. I didn't really know too much about him until after that video. Then I started literally paying attention a little closely. You know, what makes this guy so special? And then when you found out about how special Mike Piazza really is, it was kind of like, oh wow, this guy's good. You know, and that's why he's on the list of top 25. Number 19, Sean Green. Sean Green, as you seen yesterday in the home run derby, um, he was second place up to Jim Thome. You know, I do appreciate Sean Green. He's actually on the cover of MLB 2004, LA Dodgers legend, powerful hitter, powerful everything. You know, could have probably given Barry Bonds a run for his money on the home run derby list. Um, for multiple years. It's just that, you know. So yeah, Sean Green, number 19. Number 18, Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon, you know, played for both Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. And I think he went to Tampa Bay Devil Rays after that, but I'm not sure. You could correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, like overall his career with both Boston and New York, amazing job. Won the World Series with both teams. Not too many people could say you won with both teams and became the number one villain for it. Because if you are from Boston, you come to New York to win a championship, and you actually succeed, you're pretty much hated. Because Boston and New York do not like each other, as I said. So, yeah. And I always appreciate Johnny Damon for doing that, you know. The only player that I really know that literally went from Boston to New York, won championships, right when the rivalry was really heated up. So, yeah. Um, Number 17, David Ortiz, Big Poppy for Boston Red Sox. Like I said, I do like Boston here and there. I appreciate some of the Boston players. Like I said, I'm not a Boston Red Sox fan, but I do appreciate some of the players. And Big Poppy was always that guy that always got the job done against New York Yankees, against any other team. You know, just a powerful hitter. And yeah, Big Poppy, David Ortiz has got to be on the list. That's like great baseball players. Um, so yeah, that's why he falls in 17. So yeah. Number 16. Now, true legend in the right mind. Had video games based on this guy so many times. Seattle Mariners legend, Ken Griffey Jr. Like this guy, growing up as a kid, this guy was just everywhere. There wasn't a freaking like thing in the 90s that you couldn't see of like Ken Griffey Jr. He had video games. I think he was on a few TV shows, actually making appearances. Like the guy was just everywhere in the 90s, and it was just like, you know, I wouldn't say he was the Michael Jordan of baseball, but he was well known in baseball. You know, even people that didn't watch baseball knew who Ken Griffey Jr. was. That's how popular the guy was. So yeah, number 15, Jason Giambi. Jason Giambi, New York Yankees legend. You know, big, powerful freaking hitter. And yeah, when I used to watch baseball as a kid, I used to say, "Holy crap!" Like he was always the guy that got like the walk off run, you know, for the team, and it would just be like, "Wow," you know. And like we could be down freeze to zip in a way, and he'll hit the grand slam, get the walk off run for us. We win the game, and that was Jason Giambi. He was always that powerful guy that literally just got the job done at the very end of the game. You know, number 14, Barry Bonds. And even though Barry Bonds is controversial, steroid situation and everything else, he pleaded guilty. You can't deny the guy's history with the sport. You know, he still went out there. He still got the job done. You know, he still literally freaking hit the home run. In my opinion, the steroids shouldn't have been in baseball. Probably not. But at the end of the day, he did it. He pled guilty. Move on. You know, it's been over 20 something years, or close to 20 years, that they all got caught. But Barry Bonds was that guy for San Francisco Giants that even beat Hank Aaron's legendary home run career. I think he had like, what was it, 752 home runs or something stupid like that in his career. And it was just amazing to see. So yeah, Barry Bonds is number 14. Number 13, Albert Pujols. St. Louis Cardinals legend Albert Pujols. Without Albert Pujols, I don't think the St. Louis Cardinals would have been literally a great team, to be honest. Because he was like that main guy that literally hit the home runs, that got the job done against teams in the NL, you know, especially against San Diego Padres back in the day, you know, when when those two teams meet, it was usually Albert Pujols putting up the big numbers against the San Diego Padres or Milwaukee Brewers. So at the end of the day, Albert Pujols got to be up there. Okay, number 12, Roy Halladay. Toronto Blue Jays legend, Roy Halladay. Frickin' this guy could pitch like there was no tomorrow. And when you literally watch this guy frickin' throw the fastballs, throw those curveballs, it was like, holy crap, this guy's on a different level, you know. And watching like Toronto versus New York, you know, he was always that one guy where if he was playing, it was like, oh, we might lose this game, but it's going to be awesome to watch. you know, that's how it was. And I appreciate Roy Halladay for everything he's done and just a remarkable career. So that's why he falls in number 12. Number 11, Sammy Sosa, Chicago Cubs legend. And if anyone actually knows about me, I actually do like Chicago Cubs, to be honest. I'm a New York Yankees fan, but on the NL side, I like Chicago Cubs. But yeah, when I was watching Sammy Sosa as a kid, the guy literally always had the chain around his neck. He'll kiss the chain, just crack it over the freaking fence. It was just like, wow, that chain really brought some good luck. But yeah, you know, and yeah, Sammy Sosa's legendary career could not be untouched by most Chicago Cubs fans today. You know, and people might say, well, there's this player, there's that player. I don't think with the legacy that he literally left behind, it could be unmatched. Even if his like people beat all his records, he was still the guy that did it first. You know, he was the guy that literally went out there, hit the home runs and everything else, and put pretty much Chicago Cubs on the map back in the day. So, number 12, Jorge Posada. Jorge Posada played for New York Yankees when I was a kid, and yeah, just an overall player. I think he was even playing even when I was like in my first year in '94 with Paul O'Neill. I think that's when he started in a way. I think it was in '94 or '95. I might be wrong, but overall, his whole entire career, always that guy that could catch the ball no matter what from the pitcher. And yeah, he had a few mistakes here and there, but at the end of the day, he always got the job done. Won many World Series, I think he won like what 5, 6 of them. And yeah, Jorge Posada just knew how to actually control the game, you know. Because without him catching it, well, everyone could score, So, number 9, Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson, Arizona Diamondbacks legend, played for New York Yankees as well. I was so happy when he came to New York. I was like, thank you. We got a freaking miracle, you know? And yeah, that guy was so freaking good. Just whipping that ball around and freaking striking people out, you know? And yeah, don't get me wrong. Randy Johnson did beat us in 2001 for the freaking World Series, with Arizona Diamondbacks. But eventually he came to us. So at the end of the day, it feels like we won as well. you know, he came to us. So Randy Johnson's number 9. Number 8, number 99, still playing for New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. What could I say about this guy that hasn't been said? Wow. If you're a New York Yankees fan and you don't have Aaron Judge on your list, like, you're not a Yankees fan. Like, this guy is just so goddamn powerful. You know, like he's cranking up home runs left, right, and center almost every damn night. And he might have a bad night here and there, but overall, he's just as good as most players that I have ever seen. Like, I would say he's the next Derek Jeter, and I wouldn't be too far off because the way how he plays, it's kind of like a Derek Jeter freaking magic, you know. So yeah, number 7, Bernie Williams. Bernie Williams, back in the day, as I said, I grew up being a Yankees fan through and through. When Bernie Williams first came to the team, I was just like, I didn't know too much what this guy could do, but overall, over time, this guy was just cranking and cranking and cranking home runs, getting us those big wins. You gotta appreciate Bernie Williams' career, you know. So yeah. Number 6, Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill. When I first started watching baseball in the '90s, in a way, for the New York Yankees, Paul O'Neill was that guy that got me to the New York Yankees. You know, him and Derek Jeter were the two guys that literally got me to New York Yankees. Because I remember watching New York Yankees versus Cleveland Indians. They're now called the Guardians. Back when I was a kid, they were called the Indians, so I'm going to go by Indians. But yeah, they were playing against them, and I just remember like Paul O'Neill's freaking like froze, and it was just amazing freaking player. And him just literally, I think he hit like 3 home runs that night against Cleveland Indians, and Derek Jeter literally hit like 2. I think that the score was like 7-3, and I just remember that game because it was the game that literally brought me to New York, you know. And it was just like, and honestly, my parents were pissed off at me when I went to New York Yankees, but I said, nah, I'm going with these guys, and they said, and my mom was all like, are you sure? Because she's a Blue Jays fan. She's a Toronto Blue Jays fan, so she's literally was kind of sad to see me go from a Canadian team to American. Same thing with my dad. My dad always was like the Canadian horse, you know. He didn't really like American teams, to be honest. He was always Canadian, you know. So at the end of the day, I think my dad was Montreal Expos fan, and my mom was Toronto Blue Jays, if I remember correctly. I think so. I might be wrong, but yeah. Number 5, Mariano Rivera. Relief pitcher, always there to save the games for New York Yankees, no matter what spot we were. You know, if we needed that extra strikeout to win a game, bring him in. He'll get the job done literally like 80% of the goddamn time. That's how good this guy was. It was like magic. And when he literally came through for like back in the olden days, it was just like, okay, this guy's got the strikeout magic here, you know. And it was just like, wow. And yeah, number 5 is Mariano Rivera. Number 4, Roger Clemens. You know, when you and a lot of people don't like Roger Clemens because of the steroid freaking thing. I understand that, but you can't deny this guy and nothing but respect. You know, this guy played for Toronto, he played for Boston, he played for New York, and throughout his whole entire career, he was striking out people left, right, and center. And he had literally like what was it, 20+ year career at least, you know, until he retired. And it was just like, I think he started his career with Boston, then went to Toronto and then New York, if I remember correctly. And overall, you know, probably one of the best pitchers of all time in the game was Roger Clemens. And yeah, that's one of my opinions. Number 3, the guy that got me into baseball in the first place. Like I said, I first started being a Toronto Blue Jays fan, and it was Joe Carter. Joe Carter that got me into the baseball. And I appreciate him because I remember watching, I can't remember what year it was. It could have been 92, 93 World Series. But I remember Joe Carter hitting the winning home run and bringing the World Series to Canada, and everyone was all excited. I remember my mom and dad were excited. I was excited as a little kid, you know, when that happened. And yeah, it was literally like magic, you know, when Joe Carter hit that home run. And yeah, he was the guy that brought me into baseball, so I appreciate everything that he's done in his career. I hope he's still alive, doing well, and yeah, number 3 is Joe Carter. Number 2 is a very controversial player in a way, but at the end of the day, I put him on the list not just because of his baseball career, more because of what he's done outside the community. You know, Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, like he's literally helped a lot of charities, done a lot of freaking stuff, um, and overall touched a lot of lives. And technically, you know, he was on Shark Tank, giving small businesses a chance here and there. And also, like, the guy literally had a successful career, you know, with both New York and Texas Rangers, you know, back in the day. But yeah, A-Rod was kind of like that guy that became Jason Giambi. After Jason Giambi pretty much left New York and retired, he was kind of like the go-to guy that would get that big, powerful home run, you know, for us. And it was just overall there. Number 1, as I said before, if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't became a New York Yankees fan. And this guy stuck around for many years. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Shortstop for New York Yankees. This guy, wow. You know, like, I've never seen a guy freaking play baseball like this before. You know, like, jump up, throw the ball, nail it. Every freaking time. Like, he had some magical freaking plays. And if you're not a New York Yankees, and if you're a New York Yankees fan and you don't have Derek Jeter on your list, don't call yourself a New York Yankees fan. Just don't. You know. But yeah, Derek Jeter, overall, I wish I seen the New York Yankees game back in when I was a kid. I was supposed to, but I got sick that day. We were in New York, and I literally ate some bad pizza, so my dad was going to take me to the New York Yankees versus, I think it was Milwaukee Brewers, actually, when I was a kid. I think we had tickets to that game, and yeah, I got sick that day, so I couldn't go, but I do remember, like, that was the one day that I literally could have been to a New York Yankees game for the first time ever. But yeah, I've never been to a Major League Baseball game. I've been to a few Gold Eyes games here and there. And if people don't know who Gold Eyes are, the Winnipeg Gold Eyes, they're a AAA team here, you know. But besides that, yeah. And that's my list. Top 25 MLB players. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. Dan and anyone that's liked and subscribed. Um, this weekend is going to be AEW Fight Forever. We're going to be looking back at the game because it's going to be 1 year since the game being out. So we're going to go do a 1 year anniversary for AEW Fight Forever. The game is free, so you can download it now. And yeah. Hey, AJ Banks, I'm just wrapping things up actually. So yeah. Like I said, AEW Fight Forever this weekend, the 1 year anniversary. And also, probably Sunday or Tuesday, your guys are going to get the story of Mr. Rock's 15-year anniversary from high school. That's right. Mr. Rock graduated 15 years ago from high school. So I'm going to go back, talk about some of my school. It's not even going to be that long of a video because I didn't really go to school, but you guys will find out some of the most effed up stories of all time. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, everyone.